Priyanka Gandhi Vadra, who continues to be under detention, speaking there to my colleague Srinivasan Jain, that situation remains bizarre because it's been so many hours since Deepinder Hooda and Priyanka Gandhi Vadra remained in police custody. That remains the case even now. They were taken into custody late last night. It is now 9:15 approximately, 9:11 right now, and they are still in custody. So the question mark is, what exactly does the UP government intend to do? When exactly does the UP government intend to release them? What sort of threat do they actually face, or do they actually pose? As you can see, Deepinder Hooda pushed around over there. All of this comes on a day in which there has been this bizarre situation when the farmers protesting in Lakhimpur Kheri appear to have reached some sort of compromise with the police. And in that compromise, they've accepted the compensation which was offered in double quick time, 45 lakhs plus 10 lakhs, etc., etc., and have agreed not to continue with their protests. Well, joining us now, Sudhindra Bhadoria, the BSP leader. I'm also joined by Dr. Surjit Singh Dang of the BJP. Thank you both very much for being with us. Sudhindra Bhadoria, does it surprise you that the farmers have reached an agreement in Lakhimpur Kheri with the administration? Does it surprise you?
Well, we have to see the overall issue which is looming large before our nation. One, that the farmers have been in the streets, on their farms, protesting from last over 1 year. And in this process, over 600 farmers have lost their lives. And also I must say that there has been a language which is being used by the BJP leadership in Haryana, in rest of the country, where they are saying, Lathi Danda utha lo, inko theek kar do. And even the government official, one SDM has gone on record. He's saying, break their heads. I'm there with you. So if you use this kind of language, you vitiate the entire atmosphere. Now, what has happened in Lakhimpur Kheri is because of the larger issue that the farmers have become restless, and there is, there is a point beyond which the farmers or anybody for that matter cannot wait. And I think this outcome is because of that. However, farmers have shown their restraint, and we have seen how the government is handling this.
No, but Mr. Bhadoria, is it not a challenge for you now, because so many political parties, including yours, tried to go to Lakhimpur Kheri? You were stopped by the administration. You have criticized the administration, but it now turns out that Rakesh Tikait doesn't want to talk to you. These farmer leaders want to have nothing to do with you.
Well, let that be so. The issue is that of the farmers. The issue
Who would you go to if not to their leaders?
No, see,
they respond to their leaders. They don't respond in this movement to you.
We are least concerned. We don't want to politicize. We are not here to take votes. What we are interested is that the three demands of the farmers should be met. Let the farmers support. Let their achhe din come.
Okay.
Let there be sabka vikas. But why? Our question is, there is no sabka saath sabka vikas. There is no achhe din for the farmers. And maybe in Lakhimpur Kheri it may be possible, because they want to dilute this whole tense atmosphere which has erupted.
Okay, one second, Doctor. One second, Mr. Bhadoria. Dr. Dang, let me ask you one thing. It's now been, in a couple of hours, it's going to be 24 hours. Why haven't Deepinder Hooda and Priyanka Gandhi Vadra been released? What is the BJP so scared about?
Well, I authentically and authoritatively, I can't make any comment, because it's the government to decide. But one thing with a very heavy heart, any death of a farmer or death of any other person, it pains everybody, all of us. You see, if the Supreme Court's direction was that the law will be stayed and they are stayed, they are not being implemented, why there should be protest? Number one. Number two, when this protest was taking place in Lakhimpur Kheri, I understand the farmers they died. 4 of them they were dead. But what about the other 4? they committed suicide before a non-violent agitator group.
No, so is it your
Or they were
allegation,
beaten
sir?
to death.
Is it your suggestion that
why
the
were they
four
killed?
people who
They did
were
not have
not
any
farmers,
family. The
they
whole
died
world
because
is
they were
seeing it.
killed by the
whole
farmers?
world
Is that what
seeing
you're
it.
saying?
That it is because of simply appeasement, simply appeasement,
No,
nothing
sir,
else.
please let me ask the
See,
question,
why
sir.
all the political
You've made a
parties,
point.
they were not a part of the farmers' agitation.
I am only asking,
Why-
are you
why are
saying
they trying
that
to,
the
you know,
farmers
compete between each
killed the
other?
four people?
Who is going to support the farmers in
No,
a
Dr.
better
Dung,
way and more strong way? Why?
Dr. Dung, please allow me to ask you a question, sir. Please.
I'm answering your question.
No, you have made a point and I'm only trying to ask you this.
I was trying to answer it.
Yes. So my question is it your allegation? Is it your allegation that the farmers were responsible for the death of 4 people?
You see, now there is an inquiry under the leadership of a retired justice of the High Court. The things will come before the people, but the videos I have seen, and I have certain, people who live there. I talked to them on telephone and I found that the 4 people, other than the farmers, they did not commit suicide. They were beaten to death.
All right. So you are saying that these people who died, the 4 people over there, were beaten to death by the farmers. Right? That's what you're basically trying to say.
That
All right, we'll fix that line with him. Could my sound also be raised a little bit to Dr. Dung? I can't hear him very well. Geeta Bhatt, let me come across to you as well. It's been almost 24 hours since Deepinder Hooda, Priyanka Gandhi Vadra have been in custody. So many political leaders want to go to that area. Now you can say that why are they going? The farmers don't want to talk to them. But this has become a national issue that the BJP in Uttar Pradesh isn't allowing them to go. Shouldn't they at least allow them to go?
Well, Vishnuji, the first point is that regarding the security of these political leaders, so many of them who want to go over there. In case if any untoward thing happens to any one of them, then who would be held responsible for that? Secondly, are these political leaders like Priyanka Vadra who have gone there and now she is in detention? They have been, I was just seeing her interview or audio interview on your channel. And she has gone there in support of the protesters who have died over there. But what about, there are other people, what Dr. Dung was saying. There are other people, they were also party workers, drivers. They are people, they were also son, father, brother to someone. Even they have died. What happened was something which is really regrettable and very, very unfortunate.
No, absolutely. Look, the death of people on whichever side is absolutely horrific. And all violence must be condemned. There is absolutely no doubt about that. All violence must be condemned.
But those who have been detained, Priyanka Vadra, they are very selectively, the protest, the condemnation is very selective in nature. And secondly,
but how is it selective in nature?
But why is it that
how is it collective in nature when they have attempted to go even in the past? In the past, she's attempted to go to places where there have been horrific rape cases and she's been stopped.
Yes, please, let me just, give me 10 seconds. Yes, selectively, she has passed, in past also she has gone, in Hapur she went over there, but no word of condemnation of her own government when in Rajasthan, innumerable rapes have been taken, heinous crimes taking place day and night. No.
All right.
From her.
Okay, just one moment. I want to go across to Dr. Abhishek Manu Singhvi, who also joins us at this stage. Geeta ji, I am not angry or I am not shouting at all. So there's no point in getting so agitated, just asking questions. Dr. Abhishek Manu Singhvi, from a legal standpoint, Priyanka Gandhi Vadra, Deepinder Hooda have been detained for almost 24 hours. Legally, on what basis can they be kept like this without being produced before a magistrate? Or have they been produced before a magistrate?
Let me start by a small apology. There was some confusion about the time. Now, I find this, on the one hand, there is a political angle. On the second hand, there is a legal angle. And I think on both, the conduct of the powers that be is reprehensible. And let me explain why. First and foremost, just stand back for a minute. Forget this incident. we have constitutional rights. Article 19B, 19(1)B and 19(1)D specifically give not statutory, not normal rights, constitutional rights, for example, to assemble peaceably and without arms. That is the right to demonstrate, to move about freely throughout the territory of India. Why? Because we call ourselves a democracy, a vibrant democracy. Number two, if today there is a reprehensible incident which you think subjectively, Vishnu, is reprehensible in Assam or in Kerala, and you want to go there and express sympathy, will I tell you that A, you cannot go out of the home in Thiruvananthapuram or out of Guwahati, and B, it is reprehensible that you are going to those people to express sympathy but not going to XYZ where you should also go to express sympathy. Is this not a bizarre counter argument on logic? Forget this case, just consider logic. You are a free citizen. Yes, you cannot go and do a crime on the way. You cannot murder someone. You cannot create an upadrav, a communal flagrancy. But otherwise, if I want to go any part of India, how can you stop me is the point number two. Point number three, today Priyanka Gandhi hardly stepped out of the Lucknow place. Forget Lakhimpur Kheri. That's far away. She is not allowed to step out. On the way, she dodges certain roadblocks, but is arrested, or rather not arrested, preventively detained some 50, 20, 30 kilometers before Lakhimpur Kheri and put in a PAC house. Now, for the last day, she is there in what we don't know. There is no production of a warrant. There is no production of a document. There is no offense she's been charged with. She's simply kept there to prevent her from going someplace. Number four, you have this usual gobbledygook about section 144. 144 prevents, if you notify it, suppose I put 144 around your house, Vishnu, it prevents people more than 4, more than 8, whatever they specify from assembling. Suppose 4 people want to go to your house. 4 people who are not armed, who are not creating an upadrav, who are not communally flagrant situation, want to go to your house. On what basis will you stop it?
Right.
Number 6, and I'll end in 2 minutes. The arguments are bizarre, which I am hearing here and now, and I heard also just now on your channel. The argument is that she must selectively go to every person which the critic wants her to go to, otherwise she won't be allowed to go to this person. And under what authority of law? I am giving you a constitutional right.
But let me also, I understand what you're saying, but Dr. Singhvi, I also want to ask you a little bit about the political situation over here, because Rakesh Tikait, the farmer leader, told us in an interview a little while back, a couple of hours back, that he has no intention whatsoever in meeting any opposition political leader. So Priyanka Gandhi Vadra and so many from political parties, BSP, SP, whatever it is, who will they go and meet? Because the farmers respond to their leaders.
So first we have got the legal aspects out of the way, and I agree with you that there are a lot of political elements. So we have got those very important 5 points which I made. Now let's come to the political. A right of democratic protest by leaders of the opposition party. 1. 2, forget protest. A right to go and show sympathy to whoever they think are the kith and kin of those who have been harmed. Death, serious injury, whatever. If you don't have that in a democracy, and if I don't convey the political angst of an opposition party through you, the media channel, by going to whomsoever I please, relative, deceased, injured, then what is this democracy you're talking about?
No, I understand that it is your birthright and your political prerogative to go in this country wherever you seek to go. But I'm asking you another question, sir. I'm only asking, effectively, what is the point when farmer leaders have got into an agreement, they've accepted compensation in double quick time, they've shut down their protests in Lakhimpur Kheri and have said they don't want to meet the opposition. So politically, what are you now going to achieve?
We are not going and doing sloganeering. We are not going to a farmer's Jamghat in Ghaziabad or elsewhere and raising slogans or raising flags. We have respected that for 10 months.
Okay.
Today, let that family say so.
Okay.
Let this argument of yours would be valid if Priyanka Gandhi and 2 people with her were to reach the house of the deceased.
And they said that they weren't interested in meeting. Okay, fair enough.
I think you are raising fake tears. Nobody is saying that. You are stopping her miles away. You are then saying that compensation is not about compensation. If I am in politics, suppose I want to go and express sympathy for whatever reason, how can you stop me? And is it political if I go to the family? It would be political if I went on a demonstration raising flags and slogans. If I went on the road and did something. If I smashed somebody's house. What wrong am I doing?
Okay, Dr. Singhvi, I must ask you about the Supreme Court angle in all of this today.
Yes.
The Supreme Court today said it has to decide whether or not protests can take place at a time when a case is actually there in the Supreme Court. So in the context of the farmers' protests, they have said that, why are you protesting right now? The matter is being heard in the Supreme Court. The counter argument, as I understand it, is that the farmers didn't pursue the Supreme Court. They were brought in as a party in this particular case. And therefore, isn't there legal merit in their continuing to protest since they didn't file a case in the Supreme Court themselves?
You are absolutely right. Matter is sub judice, so I will not opine on the matter, but I will tell you legal principle. Today, if any court, including the Supreme Court, were to say that if a matter is pending in court, you cannot do protest. Remember, we are now talking of protest, not of blocking of roads, etc. That's a separate issue.
Right.
The right of democratic protest, neither the Supreme Court nor any other court can stop. What they can regulate is the attendant discomfiture, let us say blocking, traffic, violence, arson, certainly. But I do not think that the Supreme Court remotely suggests, and if it were, it would be wrong, and I don't think it has suggested, that because, as you rightly put it, XYZ file a petition opposing or supporting the protest, those who are protesting their right to protest, which is a totally distinct right, is taken away. That would be a bizarre interpretation of law.
But is there an obligation for the farmers to stop protesting based on the observations made by the court today?
Not at all. I don't think the Supreme Court is suggesting that you are obliged to stop protest. I don't think the Supreme Court can suggest that in law. And I don't think there is an obligation on the farmers to do so. Yes, the obligation of the farmers could be A, if there is a particular kind of obstruction under particular Supreme Court judgments, yes, it could or could not or need not be required to be attended to. Yes, they cannot seek the court's protection for a remedy. They cannot seek the court's benevolence with a remedy, and at the same time, simultaneously, while seeking the remedy, mark my words, seeking the remedy, also protest.
Right.
But certainly, as you rightly put it, if I go against you saying, thou shalt stop, and you have not gone to the court seeking any remedy.
Okay. All right. Fair enough, Dr. Singhvi. We're going to have to leave it. I need to leave it at that, Dr. Singhvi. Thank you so much for sharing those points with us. We're also joined at this stage by Ram Pratap Singh, the spokesperson of the Samajwadi Party. Ram Pratap ji, Manoj Yadav, in fact, of the Samajwadi Party joins us. Manoj ji, Akhilesh Yadav लखीमपुर खेरी जाएंगे, जब फिलहाल तो जा नहीं सकते, उनको मना किया गया है, पुलिस ने उनको जाने का कोई मौका नहीं दिया है, पर जब मौका मिलता है वो जाएंगे वहां।
कि माननीय राष्ट्रीय अध्यक्ष जी आज भी खुद जाना चाह रहे थे लखीमपुर खीरी में, और कल से जब ये घटना, दुखद घटना घटी है, किसानों के साथ जो बर्बरतापूर्ण व्यवहार हुआ है, उनके साथ संवेदना प्रकट करने और जो जमीनी वहां हालात क्या है उसको देखने राष्ट्रीय अध्यक्ष जी जाना चाह रहे थे। और बहुत ही अहिंसात्मक तरीके से हमारे पार्टी के वर्करों ने पूरे प्रदेश से लेकर देश में प्रोटेस्ट किया। और राष्ट्रीय अध्यक्ष जी को आप जब लोकतंत्र में हैं तो लोकतंत्र में अपोजिशन की, विपक्ष की भी एक मायने होते हैं, और उत्तर प्रदेश में विपक्ष के सबसे बड़े नेता हैं आदरणीय राष्ट्रीय अध्यक्ष जी अखिलेश यादव जी, और उनके राजनैतिक और लोकतांत्रिक अधिकारों का हनन हुआ है, और उनको घर पर ही सुबह 6 बजे से फोर्स लगा के रोक दिया गया। फिर भी वो निकले तो सुबह के 9 बजे से लेकर के उनको 4 बजे तक उत्तर प्रदेश की पुलिस ने और योगी सरकार ने डिटेन करके रखा। सरकार से बस समाजवादी पार्टी ये जानना चाहती है कि क्या लोकतंत्र में जो लोकतंत्र के मूल्य हैं, मायने हैं, या जो हमारे संवैधानिक महत्व हैं, उसको क्या सरकार खत्म करना चाहती है?
क्या let me take that question to Geeta Bhatt. Geeta ji, how would you respond to that? Akhilesh Yadav wants to go to that area. He was stopped from going, as so many other leaders. Navjot Singh Sidhu wanted to go there. He was not allowed to carry on over there. Leaders from the Trinamool Congress have made statements as well. They say that their democratic right is being affected.
Well, Vishnuji, I hope you'll give me some time.
Please go ahead.
Speak. Yeah. So first point is that whatever has happened, definitely very, very unfortunate. But most of the political parties and political leaders, they are trying to exploit the situation for their political mileage. One can very clearly see that. Secondly, this protest which some spokesperson of Samajwadi Party was talking about, that definitely they in a democracy they have a right to express their condolences and comfort those who have lost their loved ones. Definitely they have a right. But at present the situation is such that to maintain law and order, it is important that certain restrictions need to be imposed over there. Now, also in terms of this protest, it's hardly anything but a farmers' protest anymore. And I would like to bring a very serious angle over here, Vishnuji, and that is that the Punjab Police as well as ATS Uttar Pradesh, they have submitted a report which says that organizations like Babbar Khalsa International, their activists have settled in Western Uttar Pradesh, especially in the areas bordering Nepal. And who knows that whether the protests which are taking place, where there are people who are actually posing themselves as farmers or actually are farmers.
No, but Geeta ji, what harm would it have done if there were 4 political leaders, Priyanka Gandhi, Deepinder Hooda and 2 of their supporters or whoever it is, who went to see the families of the people who died, whether they were BJP workers or whether they were farmers? If there was an attempt by anybody,
well, there are
what law and order crisis? What law and order crisis would there have been? They are not going in large groups.
Other 4 people besides protesters also who have lost their lives. But none of these political leaders, they want to go and visit them. Unfortunately, which shows how selective they are.
But that's what they were not allowed to do.
Offering.
But Geeta ji, that's exactly what they wanted to do. They wanted to go to visit.
But that is not. If you look at their statements, please, has the Samajwadi Party leader has he, in any format, whether on social media or in print format, anyone has given condolences or has said that it's been very sad to know that there are other 4 people also who have died in the horrible thing that happened at Lakhimpur Kheri? No.
मनोज जी इसका जवाब देंगे आप? समाजवादी पार्टी ने
बिल्कुल
जी बताइए।
विष्णु, देखिए भारतीय जनता पार्टी का और उसके जो बौद्धिक साझेदार हैं गीता बहन जैसे लोग, उनकी दिक्कत यही है कि जब आप कोई बुनियादी सवाल कर देंगे तो उसमें बब्बर खालसा आ जाएगा, खालिस्तान आ जाएगा, पाकिस्तान आ जाएगा। अगर इस तरह के लोग जो राष्ट्रद्रोही हैं, अगर किसी तरह का किसान आंदोलन में जो विगत 10 महीने से अपने बुनियादी सवाल को लेकर के और सड़कों पर है, जिसमें लगभग हजारों किसानों ने अपनी शहादत दे दी है, अगर ऐसा हो रहा है तो देश के गृह मंत्री क्या कर रहे हैं? अगर राष्ट्रद्रोही ताकतें इस आंदोलनों में आ रही हैं तो गीता बहन इसके साथ ये कह रही हैं कि गृह मंत्री अमित शाह जी फेल हैं, क्योंकि वो जान नहीं पा रहे हैं। ये बुनियादी सवालों से भटकाने का है और संविधान का अनुच्छेद 19 पढ़ना चाहिए इनको, जैसा कि अभी वकील साहब भी बता रहे थे, मैं सुन पा रहा था। सबको प्रोटेस्ट करने का शांतिपूर्ण तरीके से सबको हक है और वही आर्टिकल 14 में जो लॉ है वो सबके लिए समान है, इक्वल लॉ है सबके लिए। तो आप किसी राजनैतिक लोकतंत्र में जब राजनैतिक लोगों को, आम लोगों की जो विपक्ष, जो हमेशा विपक्ष जो है जन सरोकारों की आवाज उठा रहे हैं, अखिलेश यादव जी अगर किसानों से मिलने जाना चाह रहे थे और उन्होंने तो कहा कि मैं सरकार से उन्होंने अपील किया कि आप 3 कृषि कानून जो लाए हैं वो वापस कर दीजिए, और उससे बढ़ के उन्होंने एक बात और कही हमारे राष्ट्रीय अध्यक्ष जी ने कि 2022 में जब समाजवादी पार्टी उत्तर प्रदेश में सत्तासीन होगी तो जो 3 कृषि कानून नए लाए गए हैं इनको समाजवादी पार्टी अपने सरकार में लागू नहीं करेगी।
गीता भट्ट, you had a point to make. Last comment quickly, Geeta. Yes.
Yes, I just want to inform Manoj ji that this is already sub judice because the Supreme Court has already put these laws in abeyance. What is the protest all about? First of all, I think this much of clarity political leaders should have. Those who are not doing any kind of exploitation or trying to take mileage of this situation. And the Supreme Court must take cognizance, very serious cognizance of the situation, of what has happened in Lakhimpur today, that whether such type of protest should be allowed when already these laws are in abeyance.
All right, so that is a larger issue which we're going to discuss on this very program. But I'd like to thank you both very much for being with us.